lose yourself, I'll be right beside you. I see your heart, see your mind, see all you hide. I won't let you go, can't let this hide. When you lose yourself, I'll be right beside you. I'll be right beside you. I see your heart, see your mind, see all you hide. I won't let you go, can't let this hide. When you lose yourself, I'll be right beside you. I see your heart, see your mind, see all you hide. I won't let you go, can't let this hide. When you lose yourself, I'll be right beside you. I'll be right beside you. I'll be right beside you. We fell out of love like shooting stars, came crashing down, and we're building back up again now. I see your heart, see your mind, see all you hide. I won't let you go, can't let this hide. When you lose yourself, I'll be right beside you. I'll be right beside you.
Good evening and welcome to the BSR MX5 Autumn Series. My name is Chaz Draycott. Alongside me today we have Joseph Stelling, and on the cameras we have Marco Barbanera. You join us at the wonderful Silverstone National Circuit. It's made ever so famous, the British Touring Car Championship. Easily my favourite layout on the Silverstone circuit. What do you reckon, boys? How are we going to get on with these boys around here tonight?
Well, I tell you what, it's going to be close pack racing, as always with these BSR MX5s, especially with a simple layout as Silverstone National. You can see it in the qualifying times here. First through 23rd, only separated by 1 second, so you can just imagine what type of racing we'll be encountering here today.
Yeah, it should be good fun stuff. Hopefully a lot of slipstreaming and overtakes down that back straight as well, and even probably into turn 1 at Copse. We've got Jack McIntyre on pole position at the moment, with Luke Cooper alongside him on the front row. Jamie Ayres and Steve Hefford make it a Momo second row. Jason Cooper is 5th on the grid with Nick McCarron in 6th. Brian Walker is 7th with Adam McNally in 8th place, my favourite Scotsman himself. And then you've got Kip Stevens and Alex Cherney in 10th. Josh Thompson's 11th, Peter Van Gool is 12th, Anwar Smith 13th, and Jack Ashton 14th. And as far as I know, we should be getting ready to go. We saw in the last series, as always, Jack McIntyre is very strong in this car. He's always quick. What do you reckon he's going to do, Joseph? Do you reckon he's going to run away with this one?
Well, it'll be tough to say with these semi-decent long straightaways and some tricky corners. It's going to be very hard to pull away here, if at all.
And they're away. Not gonna lie, I can't see anything. I don't know whether I've got the right camera on here. I can't see anything at all. It looks like Jack McIntyre's got a nice little runaway out of turn 1 ahead of Cooper, then Ayres, then Hefford. All seems pretty clean as they come into the little hairpin as they go onto the back straight for the first time.
There's a car stopped off turn 1 there, just off the corner there, so he's towed back to the pits.
Sorry, boys. I think I'm having a bit of an issue camera-wise here. It's not loading anything for me. Apologies. Let me just try and sort that. Okay, I think I'm with you. If we look at Luke Cooper then, defending for his life in second place. He's got the two Momo cars behind him. They are Jamie Ayres and Steve Hefford. It's all so close with these boys down here. Jamie Ayres gets his nose in front. And he's really, really losing place here. I'm really having trouble with these cameras, boys. I'm not going to lie to you, I can't see anything. All I can see is buildings. I don't know whether you're having the same issues, but...
There we go, on board with Luke Cooper. As a little bit of a gap was formed between Jack McIntyre and Jamie Ayres. Gap now about 1 second in between them.
Luke's on the attack there, down the inside of Steve Hefford. I can hear Steve, we can't see him. He might still be there down the inside. Just look for that red wing, there he was.
There we go, shot out of the backside here as looking at Jason Cooper back there as we complete lap number 2.
Personally, I'm not sure whether there's any relation between Jason and Luke Cooper, but if there is, fair play. As they come around to turn 1 then. These cars just look like they're really bouncing around on the apex.
Luke Cooper is going very wide there with Steve Hereford there.
Steve's very very defensive there. He just keeps it on the racing line, doesn't give Luke any sort of look in. You can see the cars dipping wheels off the edge there. It seems like there's quite a drop as they come off there. You might have to be quite careful because, as I've always said with this car, it's quite soft, it's quite bouncy, as you all probably know if you've used the iRacing service. So it might be if to the back straight there, Joe. Do you reckon they might end up losing it, or do you reckon it's not enough to unsettle the car?
Not too much, but there was a bit of an incident back there in turn number 3 and 4. I don't know if we can replay of that, but no, I don't think we'll be able to lose it back there.
As they come on the straight again, it's Momo and the Swift Cooper team at the front, occupying the top 5. We've got Ryan Walker there in 6th place. Ryan doing really well. And look at this battle further back. There's two of the Swift. There's one of the Swift Cooper cars there. I can't get my words out. There's Youth Energy cars everywhere. Sideways, that was Brian Holmes, I'm pretty sure. Number 58. He's up 4 places so far in this race, so he's doing pretty well. In there as well, you've got it's number 58, Brian Holmes. Number 88 is Anwar Smith. You've got number 3, Adam McNally, and then number 98 is Jack Ashton as well. They're all absolutely swamping number 2, which is Peter Van Gool in that Momo car. Nearly 3 wide there, so that's the switch over there from Adam McNally, going down to the inside. See whether he can make this work on the brakes. He lets off the brakes a bit. He tries to go later, but he's clipped the inside there. Yep, he's kept it. Peter Van Gool's got the space. Nice move. Fastest lap of the race by Steve Hefford in 3rd place. Sorry, go on, Joe.
And a bit of an off back there, back in the hairpin by somebody. I didn't catch who that was. You can see the smoke and the tire marks as it just recently happened.
We look at Adam McNally now chasing his teammates in the background there. Brilliant move. Who is that? That was Jack Ashton going down the inside of Peter Van Gool into turn 1. He just stuck it down the inside and slid his way through. Peter Van Gool doesn't seem too amused by it. He's weaving around all over him, having a quick look down the inside. It's really close to contact, but he's got it stick. There's that drop off again we can see as they go onto the different bit of tarmac. And now he's just going to keep him on the left-hand side all the way down the straight. They gradually come over to the right. Looks like Jack's got a decent run, but he's not completely away from him.
And a bit of a gap between 15th and 16th there as Pete Van Gool is Rob Graham here quite a fair bit, about 4 seconds.
And then back in 16th place, we have the highest placed AM driver of the evening, Rob Graham. Fair play to him for leading the charge on that one. His next rival is Anthony Mott in 18th place, but he's gained 8 positions this race as well. Talking of gaining positions, it looks like Stelian Chepelevsky, who is always quick in these cars, we've seen that. He's gained 14 places so far, so he's doing a brilliant job. If we look back at Jamie Ayres, who has inherited the lead from his teammate Jack McIntyre.
Like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, not going to be able to get too far away from these top drivers here in the BSR MX5's draft. So important on these long straightaways, so Just have to see if Jack McIntyre can charge up again. These tracks are very close, coming up to the airpin here.
They've been renowned for their teamwork in this series for a good long time now. The guys at Momo, I mean, you see that in qualifying as well. If you've ever seen any of their qualifying sessions, their little trains where they give each other draft in qualifying and improve their lap times is just the way they've got it choreographed is fantastic. I remember Anwar Smith saying something about it on Facebook not long ago. As Jason Cooper's getting alongside here, he's getting just poking his nose in next to Steve Hefford. He's trying it down the straight. Steve's going to come across if he's got the slipstream on his teammate. Jason backs out of it slightly, obviously playing it safe, which is the better thing to do because it's the first round of the autumn series, so you want to just be scoring points consistently. Although he's got a great run out of turn one, you can't give that opportunity a miss, can you?
Absolutely not. And like I said before, you had these guys have this whole deal choreographed quite a bit as we look at Jason Cooper back here in fourth. All these drivers have a fair bit of chance of winning this here today.
Yeah, it's like a NASCAR race. You don't really know what's going to happen because the draft just levels the playing field so much. It's just about being in the right place at the right time. As just there on the brakes, a little bit deep, that looked like Ryan Walker in the Youth Energy car. He's got Alex Cherney behind him, putting him under a bit of pressure. As they come back onto the straight once again, we've still got Jack McIntyre in the lead. Jamie Ayres in second, Steve Hefford third, Jason Cooper fourth, Luke Cooper fifth. And we're now on board with Jason as he attacks Steve Hefford again. Steve's gone to the inside to defend. Jason turns it in nice and smooth. It's a very difficult corner to get right in this car, really, Cops. They make it look easy, these boys, but you've got to really judge how much the car's going to understeer at such high speed and just try and let it wash out wide, but not too much in case you hit the AstroTurf.
Just under 90 kilometers per hour as we go back here on the back straightaway. Up the run to the hairpin here. And draft, as we said before, very important for being those breakaways here, but the mobile car is making it very easy. So they're staying all close together, first and third.
Yeah, they must have some really good communication going on their team radio. They must just be literally constantly giving each other information and offering sort of advice as to where to go, what to do. I mean, it's part of it's the key part of obviously being in a good team is having communication. So it's definitely paying off for them. That's all we can say. Is we've got 3 Swift Cooper cars behind them now. Alex Cherney has got past Ryan Walker, but Ryan's still doing a fine job. He's the highest placed Youth Energy car. As we can see, skid marks over to the right there. Someone's definitely stacked it at turn 1 and gone way off to the wall. I'll have to have a quick look down in the order and see who that would have been. Jordan Giddings has lost quite a lot of places actually. Lee Bradley as well hasn't taken to it. Although I don't think Jordan Giddings actually started the race. He's 7 laps down, it says. So Mikey Key is in the pit lane as well. So it may have been one of those boys. Not quite sure. But once again, it all closes up as they come into Luffield 1 and Luffield 2. This top 6 is absolutely brilliant right now. This is what we were expecting, I think. Don't you agree, Joe?
Oh, absolutely. We knew this was going to be a close race up here at the front. We just didn't know that it was going to last for so long up here. But this being only a 15-minute race, not that many laps here. About 15, maybe 16 laps. So it just depends on how fast they go here. But very close race up here at the front.
Yeah, it's really good, like you were saying about these guys keeping it close in the Momo team. They're doing a fantastic job, but they've got to just try and help each other out. I mean, going 3 wide like that probably isn't going to help out. If someone goes way wide in the background, I think that's Josh Thompson. These guys start to battle a little bit, but I don't think it's out of choice because with the draft, you've not really got much chance to avoid it. So these Cooper Swift cars might be, sorry, Swift Cooper. I apologise if I got that wrong. They may be getting on it here actually, and as I say that, you're looking at Jason Cooper down the inside there, nearly 3 wide. Jason's later than Steve Hefford on the brakes, puts it down the inside, and I think he's going to get the place there. He's got a good run. Although Steve's just got his nose in. They just about avoid contact, fair play. Oh, Steve gets it.
A little bit sideways.
Yeah, nice little drifteroo there by Steve on the exit, but he's displayed good car control in the BSR series over his time in it, so it's not to be... Oh, hang on, he's there, he's alongside. Luke Cooper's going for it now as well. Backs out, plays it safe. Steve looks like he's run a little bit deep there, actually. He might clip the AstroTurf, you've got to be careful. Yeah, he's gone way wide. And there's some Youth Energy cars getting in on this now as well. We've got Ryan Walker and Brian Holmes. They're currently attacking Alex Cherney. As Ryan goes down the inside, as we look at... Oh, that Steve nearly came on and collected Luke Cooper there. As Jason goes after the front two. This is brilliant stuff. It's constantly mixed up. This is what we wanted.
And the top three have broken away just a little bit from Steve Hereford and Luke Cooper. As these guys were swapping positions here. Something also interesting to note is that Stelian Chepelevsky, who's currently in 16th place right now, the lead in that second pack there, has gained 20 positions in 11 laps. 20 positions.
He's an incredibly quick guy, Stelian. We've seen it a few times in the MX5s, but he just finds a way around people. He's just always carving his way through the pack. He does a fantastic job of it.
Absolutely.
And he's displaying that this season he's not planning on letting off from that. As at the front, it's getting messy. All the contact there between Hefford and Jason Cooper. I don't think he expected Jason to slam on that hard. Seems to have damaged both cars physically, well, cosmetically, let's say. But other than that, we'll have to see whether it affects either of them down the straight. Maybe Steve's car may be affected because it's the front end. So aerodynamically, that car won't feel too sound right now. He's got Luke Cooper attacking him as well. Luke just pokes his nose in but can't quite get it done. The two Youth Energy cars are behind them now, Brian Holmes and Ryan Walker. And then Nick McCarron's joined the party. We've still got Alex Cherney, Anwar Smith and Adam McNally in there as well. I believe Josh Thompson's on the back of this train. So they're all really quick drivers that have all got a chance at winning this. So we'll see how it unfolds over these last few laps as we come on to lap 13.
And not too much time left to go, just under 2 minutes as we come to turn number 1 here. It's definitely go time for these drivers to make a move here.
Yeah, you've got to plan it out, really. You don't want to be in front of someone coming onto like the penultimate lap or the I can't get my words out, can you tell? We got onto the penultimate straight, because then they'll always have the chance to come back at you. As we see Jamie Ayres getting a really good run there. Jack McIntyre's going to get some good slipstream in, and I think Jason Cooper might be too close to the back of McIntyre to do anything. Although look at Jack go there. What a run he's got from his teammate. Brilliant stuff. So he's going to put it on the inside. They've got a car on track ahead. I think that's Mikey Key, who is a little bit further down. Yeah, he's the last car running on track. It's side by side there. Jason Cooper tries it on with Jamie Ayres. He's going to try the cutback. Gets the car down the inside. They make contact. Brilliant stuff to keep it going there by Jamie.
Squeezed up on the curb there. Man, I can't believe he saved it then.
It was really good. You can see the driver's arms soaring at the wheel as Steve Hefford comes back round them at the outside then. So that gives the Momo boys a 1-2-3 at the moment. These guys aren't. They're just not letting off, are they? Oh, Hefford's wide. He's got a wobble on there. I think there might have been contact. I just looked away for a second, saw it wobbling. As here comes Brian Holmes. Oh, there's a Youth Energy car off in the background as well. I think that was Anwar Smith. It's gone off. Number 88. Real shame for Anwar there. There's little bits of contact about here. People are getting a little bit desperate, I think, on this last lap. One of the
Jack
Swift Cooper cars went wide.
Away there, quite a fair bit by about 1.6 seconds. So should anything not happen, should get the race win here.
Jamie Ayres and Jason Cooper door banging all the way down the straight there. Another little nudge there. They've got Brian Holmes has worked his way up to 4th now behind them. He's looking for opportunities to get down the inside. There's one. He's going to just poke his nose in, but then we look back. Jack McIntyre is going to take the win in the first round of the BSR MX5 Autumn Series. Great drive by Jack, as always. Wins it from pole. Jamie Ayres comes across the line 2nd. Jason Cooper 3rd. Brian Walker, Cooper, McCarron, Hefford, Cherney, and Josh Thompson's going to round out the top 10 with Adam McNally and Peter Van Gool in 12th. What a race that was, Joe.
And a fantastic drive from Stelian Chepelevsky as he gains 21 positions to finish 15th. Started 36 here, so fantastic drive from him.
Yeah, really proving his worth as always. Anwar Smith managed to recover in the end and finish 16th behind him. Rob Graham, top finish in AM in that one, ahead of Alex Parsons was 2nd in AM and Carl Hardy was 3rd. Not quite sure where their rival from earlier on went, actually. There was another guy who was higher up in the AM, Anthony Mott. He actually finished 4th in the AM category. still gaining 3 places, so good drive by him as well.
Still waiting on cars to cross the finish line here as positions number 33 and 34 coming across now, nose to tail, but is going to hold steady. It's Dan Hunt and Carl Jacquelet finish in those positions respectively.
Well, they didn't. I can't think of my words. I'm really struggling tonight. They didn't. What's it called? They didn't fail to disappoint. There we go. That's the phrase we're looking for. Certainly proved what we want to see for the rest of the season. Hopefully, we've got another 3 races like that. Not much contact really, if I'm honest. I was expecting at higher speeds a bit more sort of bumping and banging and people going flying, but we saw a good display of car control from Steve Hefford and from Jamie Ayres going out of that final corner. Who would you say your driver of that one was?
Yeah, and really
I'm struggling to hear a little bit there, mate. I'm not sure whether it's my internet or yours, but one of us was cutting out. But yeah, we've got a great range of drivers in this series that are all doing a fantastic job in terms of keeping up the as we see each week. So it's going to be interesting to see what this reverse grid does for race 2. I believe Mark may have the wheel in a moment. Oh, yes. Yeah, of course. We need to bring up these puppies, don't we? So Jack McIntyre takes the win, then wins it from pole position. He wins with quite a nice little 1.6 second gap over his teammate Jamie Ayres. Jason Cooper completes the podium with Brian Holmes in 4th. Brian Walker ends up coming home in 5th. Good result for him. Luke Cooper is 6th with Nick McCarron 7th. Steve Hefford 8th. Alex Cherney 9th. And Josh Thompson in 10th. Adam McNally is in 11th place. And oh, sorry, my screen's just gone blank. There we go. Peter Van Gool finishes in 12th place. I think this may have got actually mixed up. I've just realised. It's just mixed up the wrong way, has it? No? Sorry, this seems really unprofessional, but something's just gone wrong on my timing screen. I think I'll just flick to the iRacing one. We've got Jack Ashton 14th, Stelian Cheplevsky 15th, Anwar Smith 16th, Rob Graham 17th, Max Wright in 18th, Nathan Davis 19th, and Alex Parsons rounds out the top 20. Lowell Murray was 21st, Carl Hardy 22nd, Anthony Mott was 23rd. In 24th was Craig Jones, 25th Craig Cameron, 26th was Scott Malcolm, 27th Benjamin Mears, 28th Chris Farish. John Shaw was 29th with Peter Knowles in 30th. David Ayres was 31st, Thomas McDonald 32nd, Dan Hunt 33rd with Carl Jacquelet 34th. And the guys that were 1 lap down or more was Mick Barry in 35th, Michael Key, who was 6 laps down, and Jordan Giddings 13 laps down. Lee Bradley, it seems, didn't take the start.
Okay, if you guys are ready, I think it's time for the reverse wheel. I've been practicing all day long, so here's to hope everything goes smoothly. Wheel should be on screen right now, and we roll it. It's a 50. 5-0.
Right then, so we'll give it a full reverse grid. I believe it's drivers that are 1 lap down that still managed to get the reverse grid. So that will put Mick Barry on pole position with Carl Jacquelet 3rd, and Dan Hunt will be, sorry, I can't even count tonight either. Never mind, get my words out. Carl Jacquelet will be 2nd on the grid with Dan Hunt 3rd and Thomas McDonald in 4th. So personally, I'd look at Dan Hunter taking that one. He's a quick racer, always has been, and throughout the time in BSR, I've always noticed his pace. So we'll have to see how that one shapes up. Myself, Joe, and Marco will go for a bit of a break, leave you with some adverts, and we will see you in about 10 minutes.
again, photo finish here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMeritt at the line.
Welcome back to Silverstone and welcome back to the BSR MX5 Autumn Series. I'm Charles Draycott alongside Joe Stilling and Marco Barnabera. I've probably just got that name wrong. We're here for the second race of the evening. We're just lining up on the grid. We've got Mick Barry on pole position, Carl Gillette second, Dan Hunt, who is my shout for this race, third on the grid ahead of Thomas McDonald, David Ayres, Peter Knowles, Chris Farish, Benjamin Mears, Scott Malcolm and Craig Cameron. Joe, what do you reckon this one's going to turn out like?
Much the same here, but with the full reverse grid of 50, which means Mick Barry's on the pole. See some of these faster drivers coming from the back, like Jack McIntyre that won the first race here. They try to see what they can do in the second race.
Well, the highest placed pro driver on the grid is Dan Hunt, but the next one down is Lorne Murray in 14th. And then after that is pretty much all pros as the revs rise. As we see Mick Barry on pole. And the green light's on, they're away. Guess a good launch. Mick Barry's launched it away. You've got the two teammates behind him of Carl Jacquelet and Dan Hunt. I'll say teammates, they're in a similar livery anyway from what I can see. Going down the inside there. Down the inside, Dan Hunt goes into turn one. Mick Barry controlling it at the moment. There's one of the Northern Lights cars there as well. I think that might be it's Thomas McDonald, number 77. He's in fourth place trying to get the move done. There's a couple of Immortal cars actually that are the light green ones. I should have noticed that. I'm quite used to seeing that shade of green from the World GT Championship, as Dan's got an amazing run around the outside there. He's using all the track and off he goes in the lead as the multicoloured field spreads out behind down the straight. Dan Hunt takes the lead already. It's not even the end of the first lap. Mick Barry still in second. Carl Jacquelet third. Thomas McDonald, sorry, fourth, with Chris Farish in fifth. I can hear drifty poos in the background. Probably just understeer. You know what the MX5's like.
A couple slow cars coming into the hairpin as one of them had a little bit of excursion there. Dan Hunt wanting to just get away here, but the faster cars come up from behind and challenge him with the lead at the end of the first lap.
There's a massive gaggle of cars in the background there. What a sight that was. Look at them all. As we look right now at the 222 car, that's Peter Knowles. He's in fourth place ahead of Anthony Mott. And then it's Chris Farish, Ben Mears, Thomas McDonald. They're all just side by side back there. One of the Automec cars, there's Northern Lights cars. And it's just an absolute sea of them. There's some Momo cars knocking about and Result Clothing ones. There's side by side there, Knowles and Mott. Bit of contact, he's pushing him onto the back straight. Oh, there's a big pile up.
Back there.
Yeah, that's the one we're looking at the moment is number 27. I believe that is Jones. Is it Jones? I can't see his number. Yeah, number 27, Craig Jones. Jack McIntyre's been involved in that as well. Number 33, Chris Farish is in there. I'll have a quick replay of what happened then. So down the inside, oh, two of the Result Clothing cars get into each other. There's actually an incident before that on the outside as well. Just a big mess. It really bottlenecks the entire field there. As we'll see now, this is Nick McCarron. He arrives on the scene, and there's just, Jack McIntyre, and that was Carl Hardy, number 24 on the inside. Adam McNally was slowed down by it too. Just absolute chaos there. It just wiped a lot of guys out. It slowed a lot of people down though, so it's spread the field out now, and Dan Hunt will be happy about that.
Oh, absolutely, and aggression's running high here in the early part of this second race. We're just trying to gain positions. Fast cars intermingle with slow drivers. Creates a pretty big amount of chaos in the mid-pack here as we're on board with Carl Jacquelet. Right up to the back bumper of Mick Barry. And on the outside here, thinks better of it.
Got a little bit of oversteer there, it seems.
He's wide here, dispatches a cone.
Yep, Mick Barry's done the Paris-Dakar route there, I think we should call it. Off he goes, and now it's a 1-2 for Immortal as we stand.
Incident over in the better part of the hairpin, and it's a massive wreck back there. You see the cone going flying off to the left. You've seen plenty of that in the Rick Tech series last night.
Oh yeah, you can see the incident up there just at the hairpin. Just have a quick look at that myself. We look at Mick Barry then, third place. battles even further behind them. Stelian Chepelevsky side by side there with Anthony Mott, gets ahead. Although Anthony's down the inside, so he's going to fight that corner. Stelian's going to, well, I was going to say play it safe, but he keeps his nose down the inside. He's put it on the curb, drifts wide a little bit, but they're still side by side. He's giving him plenty of room there, is Anthony. And Stelian inevitably just slips on through and up to 4th place.
Started back in 20th position, Stelian Chepelevsky did. Already up to 4th. You see he's definitely wanting to get up to the front before it's all over.
Doing really well there he is as he goes round. Lorne Murray's behind him there as well. Peter Knowles is also there. Looking back down the field, biggest mover other than, actually no, biggest mover in the entire field is actually Jason Cooper. He's in 12th at the moment, he's gained 19 places. And the guys around him have all gained sort of 10 or 12 places. Brian Holmes has gained 14. He actually did the fastest lap of the race last time round of 1:04.8. And the next guy other than that is, I don't think there's anyone else in the 1:04s actually, it doesn't seem like it. So great stuff by Brian there, really showing the pace. As we look at Carl Jacquelet then, it's his turn to try and get back past Mick Barry now. They've swapped back round. He's got a great run out the final corner. Mick's going to come back over, he gives him room. Plenty of room there.
Side by
Nice,
side line here. So we see Dan Hunt just checking out right now. When we get away before these fast drivers get up here.
And these two have got to worry about Stelian Chepelevsky sitting in there behind him as well. And then he's got a few friends to bring with him as well if anything does go down the pan. So they'll have to just be careful if they're going to battle that they don't slow each other down too much. Now Carl Jacquelet is in second. Mick Barry's trying to get the run. Stelian's got the run. You look back at Mick Barry there, you can see Stelian on the left. You can see how the slipstream works. You can see the speed difference as he comes over to what would be the left-hand side of the track. There's Stelian taking full advantage. He's gone into the middle. Makes it 3 wide. Who's going to be latest on the brakes? Stelian, fantastic work on the brakes there. What a manoeuvre, although he nearly makes contact. And taking advantage of that as well is Anthony Mott in the 36 car. Carl Jacquelet runs wide, and down the inside comes Lorne Murray. Brilliant stuff. Opportunistic there by Lorne. Side by side into the straight. How's this going to end?
I don't think it's going to end too good if these guys keep racing side by side with us. But a brilliant move by Stelian Chepelevsky. Splits the middle. And
oh, there's contact with Lorne. Ooh. He moves over. He moved over there. There was no denying that. That was Anthony Mott completely on the side of the track. That's one of the Swift Cooper cars. That was Luke Cooper. Craig Cameron's gone flying down the order as well.
Car with its engine blown over there in turn 1.
Yeah, I think. Actually, no, it wasn't Craig. Craig's one of the Northern Lights cars. Let's see what happened. This is what happened to Craig. Oh yeah, Craig, and who's that there? That's one of the Simulta cars, number 222. Just lost it trying to avoid the stationary Lorne Murray, and that's unfortunately what's happened. It's an absolute mess, that car. Look at Craig's car there.
Yeah, bit of crapping going on. Let's go back to Dan Hunt, the leader, checking out a little bit. Stelian Chepelevsky wanting to track him down as we're now back at State Harriman.
Yeah, Steve's involved in this decent battle now with Jason Cooper ahead of him, who's gained 24 places so far this race. Brian Holmes behind him has gained 21, and Steve himself has gained 18. So these guys are the forefront of progress at the moment. 3 really quick drivers, and I'm pretty sure they're all going to play it safe and not battle each other too much, because they'll want to keep progressing forward. Not a massive amount of space further for them to go. I mean, Anwar Smith's ahead of them. There's a car off on the inside there. That's Carl Jacquelet. Carl's off. I believe he was 3rd or 4th coming onto this lap as well. It seems like he might have just lost it himself. It doesn't look like the car's damaged at all. Let's have a little look. Yeah, he's all on his own there. He just flicks it in a bit too hard. He tries to save it, and it just, as the MX5 does, it just washes around. I mean, have you ever spun one of these things, Joe? Do you know the pain?
Well, when you're doing pretty aggressive moves, like just flicking these cars in the corner like you have to, you run the risk of, when you put the power down, the car not getting any traction, and that's what happened.
Indeed it was. Stelian now 2nd place ahead of Mick Barry. Mick Barry's held on really well up there in 3rd place. He's going to get some good points in the championship for this, as we're on board now with Anwar Smith, another quick driver in this series, giving Anthony Mott an absolute bootload of pressure. side by side as turn 1. Who's going to be the winner out of this? He's running nice and wide onto the turf. He's done it round the outside at Cops. What a manoeuvre by Anwar there. Brilliant stuff to see. Fair play to him. Well played.
And, some lap traffic coming into the play for Dan Hunt. Is up on who is that? David Irons there.
Looks like Anthony Mott's not letting Anwar get away too easily, though. He's coming back at him now. Anwar's got the inside line, but I'm sure that Anthony's going to try and get the cut back in some way. But no, it looks like Anwar's defended that really well there. So he's probably going to just hope to break away a little bit there, use his pace.
For the most part, the mid-pack is stuck pretty close together this race as opposed to last race, where there were two distinct gaps, two distinct packs formed there.
Got another one of the Swift Cooper cars there. That's Alex Cherney's. Oh, Steve Hefford out on the turf there. Brian Holmes is under all sorts of pressure from Cherney. These boys having a really good scrap together. Holmes is down the inside of Hefford. They do really well not to make contact. Cherney's going to try and take advantage now down the inside. But Brian's going to be the victim on this one now. He's in front and he's got these 5 cars behind him there as well. They've got Rob Graham, Kip Stevens and Jack Ashton just a little bit further back. Steve's going to make the move. Brakes nice and early, plays it safe. Rob Graham gained a lot of ground on the brakes there actually. He's right behind Cherney now. Behind him is Stevens. Really nice livery on that Swift Cooper car actually. It really suits the MX5, makes it look quite beefy. As you see,
The car in the grass there.
yeah, that's someone not having the greatest of times. I'll have a look down the order and try and find who that was. I think that was Mikey Key. He's showing he's currently off track, so yeah, he's just yeah, I think he's just trying to. Oh, there's one of the Abbey signs, just nice and disposed of. There's Lorne Murray is there as well, just on screen as we saw. Brian Holmes again, Steve Hefford. Brian gets the cutback. Steve drops off that big bit of tarmac on the left. Cherney now on the right. There's Stevens, Graham, and then I believe that's Jack Ashton. There's 2 other Youth Energy cars in the background. Holmes and Hefford absolutely dead heat down the straight. Onto the brakes they go, seem quite even. Oh, Steve let off the brakes a bit there to go deeper into the corner. He's washed out wide. Cherney's going to be licking his lips at the opportunity on this one. Brian's down the inside again. Hefford still side by side. Brilliant stuff by these boys. Just gets an overlap though. But now Holmes is going to get the slipstream down the straight. And if you were Cherney right now, Joe, what would you be thinking?
I'd be thinking holding on. I'll be holding on to my seat right now, just hoping that when he dives in that corner, he doesn't rear end the crap out of me.
See some just black lines coming off Brian Holmes there. Oh, it gets a right moment on the turf. Cherney through. Stevens is on the inside of Brian now as well. Still side by side. Hefford blocking the middle of the track there, keeping it nice and safe. Cherney down the inside, and there's Rob Graham down the inside of Stevens. Jack Ashton's there as well. This is fantastic stuff by these boys. They're all keeping it nice and clean. And there's me jinxing it. Just you watch. Well, they retain it quite nicely there. They almost went single file. But it's BSR MX5, so we can't be having that, can we? We can't be having single file traffic.
Or tossing the cone around as we see again. Just kind of trading it between cars.
Yeah, the groundsmen aren't going to be too happy here with this one. There's a lot of holes in that turf and a lot of cones been knocked out of place.
Absolutely not. With it's come up to about 2 laps to go here. If any moves have got to be done, they've got to be done now.
Anwar up there to 3rd place with Mick Barry and Jason Cooper behind. Jason's really putting Mick under pressure, but Mick's done a great job actually at holding on to this position so far. Seen him get a couple of reverse grids near the front a few times in the series and he's dropped down the order quite quickly, but he's done really well at retaining it. Oh, that was Chepolevsky's engine going. Has he completely? Yeah, it's completely gone. Chepolevsky's blown the engine down the back straight. Don't know what he's done there, whether he's done a mistimed gear shift or something, or maybe changed down by accident. But yeah, he's that's definitely a car that's retiring.
Game over from there, and you don't see that too often.
No, definitely not. It's a real shame for Stellian. That was a great effort, wasn't it, to get up there?
Mm.
Speaking of
Stop
great
here.
efforts. Speaking of great efforts, though, sorry, mate. Jason Cooper, as we're looking at now, 3rd place. He started, well, I can't even do the maths. 31st on the grid. He's up 28 places, and now he's on the podium. He's chasing down Anwar Smith. He's just disposed of Mick Barry. What a drive this has been by him. I've not seen him about in the MX5 before now, but this is an amazing drive so far. He's really proven himself to me this evening.
Yes, and as we said in the beginning of this race here, we knew these fast drivers were going to be coming up front here. Just didn't know how many positions they were going to be gaining as this race would progress. Only 14 laps, only so much time to get it done.
Yeah, especially on a short layout as well, but I think that's the beauty of short layout tracks. You get more laps, you get more opportunity to identify where the car in front of you is slower or quicker, and you can plan out your moves and you get more chances at it. That's how I tend to see it. As Mick Barry overshoots a little bit there, he's having a fight with Anthony Mott. Those are the 2 highest placed AM drivers in this race. As we look at Dan Hunt, he's going to come across the line, and I hate to say I told you so, but he takes the win of race 2 in the evening. Fantastic work from Dan. Got the lead on lap 1 and managed to pull it across the line. Anwar Smith just finishes 2nd ahead of Jason Cooper. Anthony Mott just about beats Mick Barry to the line. And then it's Brian Holmes, Steve Hefford, Alex Cherney, Kip Stevens, Jack Ashton, Rob Graham, Adam McNally, Ryan Walker and Nick McCarron. And Jack McIntyre finishes 15th. He gains 18 places from the start. So a massive group of all the quicker drivers again. I mean, if you look at the top 15 that we just mentioned there, the positions gained, Dan Hunt gained 2. But then you've got like Anwar, 17 places, Jason Cooper, 28 places, Brian Holmes gained 24 places. You got Steve Hefford on 19, Cherney on 17, and it's just insane driving. These guys do a great job at carving their way through the pack. What do you reckon?
Yeah, a little bit of help from the instance mid-race there, especially that massive crash in turns 2 and 3. Didn't fault the issue at hand there, as we see Mike Key. They proceed onto the grass.
Yeah, seems like it's crabbing a little bit at the rear, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
He's having a bit of fun with that. That's the NASCAR setup on these MX5s. It just wants to turn left all the time.
I think Stellian Cheplowski has not finished, just sitting out there in the grass.
He's probably
Taking
writing
the
out
fights
a he's probably writing out a complaint to Mazda, asking for a warranty. You see some of the cars just peeling back into the pits then, getting ready for race 3. They're going to be banging out all the dents and scrapes that have been put along these beautiful liveries that we can feast our eyes on. Good stuff. So, as we said then, Dan Hunt takes the win. Got pole on lap 1 and took it from there. Anwar Smith gains 17 places to finish 2nd. And Jason Cooper, a fantastic 28 places gained to finish 3rd. That's a brilliant drive, that is. Anthony Mott finishes 4th. He's the highest placed AM driver in that one. Mick Barry takes 2nd place in AM, 5th place overall. Great result for him. Brian Holmes is 6th with Steve Hefford 7th. Alex Cherney 8th, Kip Stevens 9th, and Jack Ashton rounds out the top 10. Rob Graham, always there or thereabouts in the AM category, finishes 11th. That's 3rd place in AM for him. Adam McNally gained 12 places, finished 12th. Ryan Walker in the top 20 again in 13th place. Nick McCarron 14th. Jack McIntyre, race 1 winner, was in 15th, with Alex Parsons in 16th and Nathan Davis in 17th. Carl Jackalette brings it home in 18th place ahead of Craig Jones 19th and Benjamin Mears rounding out the top 20. Then we've got Max Wright, Luke Cooper, David Ayres, Peter Van Gool, Scott Malcolm, Lorne Murray, and Stellian Chepelevsky I've got showing as 27th place, with Mikey Key 28th. And other than that, the cars that didn't finish then, these boys were all probably taken out by the big accident on the first 2 laps. You've got Mikey Key, sorry, not Mikey Key, you just mentioned him. You've got Peter Knowles, number 22, and then Craig Cameron, sorry, there we go, I'll start that again. Peter Knowles 222, Craig Cameron 22. Tamas Nagivati is in 31st, with Jamie Ayres 32nd, Jordan Giddings 33rd. Chris Farish, Carl Hardy, and Thomas McDonnell are the last few guys that didn't finish as well. So we've got a good mix of fast guys near the front and a couple of faster guys further down the field, Joe. Do you reckon the spinny wheel's going to really mix it up, or do you reckon it's going to be a little one this time around?
No, I think if Marco doesn't spin it like 3 or 4 times consecutively, we might be able to get a good result there. But the 50 reverse grid was a good switch the play there as Marco.
Yes, ready for the second spinning wheel of the night, and it should be on your screens right now. Let's see what happens.
It says this is the second spin of the night, but for Marco it's about the 100th second. Been very excited about this wheel all night.
It's going to be 45, 4-5.
Okay, so once again we get a full reverse grid then. As far as I know, I think I got it right last time that it's cars that are a lap down. So that will put, well, can you believe it? Mikey Key on pole position, Stelian Chepelevsky second on the grid, ahead of Lorne Murray and Scott Malcolm making up the second row. So in my eyes, there's only, well, providing he doesn't blow his engine, there's going to be just one winner there. What do you reckon on that one, Joe?
It's anybody's race at this point, as we saw one person get away from the start there and just kind of check out while everybody else had all their troubles. So, not necessarily the fastest drivers in the field winning the race, but the ones that can stay out of trouble and keep it clean, especially this very hectic traffic jam of a track.
You're spot on with that then. So, from myself, Joe, and Marco, we will give you some more beautiful adverts, and we'll be back with you in about 10-15 minutes. Don't go away. Welcome back to a very overcast Silverstone. I'm Chaz Draycott alongside Joseph Stelling and Marco Barbanera. We're looking at the grid for race 3 of the BSR MX5 Cup. Mikey Key is on pole position with Stelian Chepelevsky, Lorne Murray, Scott Malcolm and Peter Van Gool, his nearest targets. Joe, what do you reckon is going to happen in this one? Are we going to see more close fighting, more accidents? What do you reckon?
I imagine that since Stelian Chepelevsky had that engine failure last race, that him starting in second, and the amount of positions that he had gained prior to, I imagine him to get away early before, again, some of these faster drivers get back up here. And here we go.
And the green light is on, they're away. Mikey Key gets a good launch. Stelian's just got a bit of a run on him. Lorne Murray's one that you can't count out either. Look at that start from Lorne. He's absolutely on it. Off he goes. You've got Peter Van Gool and then one of the Swift Cooper cars behind that. Mike Key's on the inside. Oof, nearly makes contact with Lorne Murray, but Stelian Chepelevsky is just away. He's absolutely gone. And his teammate Peter Van Gool's going to try and make opportunity of this as well. They're 3 wide further back. All spreading out 2 by 2 into turn 2. Goes car 2. And Peter Van Gool has been position 2. There he goes.
We expected the Momo drivers to get up through here very quickly. Just didn't know how quick, but quickly dispatching Mikey Key. He was on the pole position, but hoping to make a better fight out of it.
Flying down the inside there. Who's that? Nathan Davis on the brakes in the Apex livery. Now he's on the outside of Lorne Murray, but he gained about 2 places on the brakes alone there into Luffield 1. As Mikey Key's on the outside of the grass, he's going to come across the 3 wide. Through the middle goes Nathan Davis. Lorne Murray's on the inside of that, probably unaware that it's even all going on. And well, he's made it stick as Nathan. He's got a little bit of an overlap still. And into turn 1, who's braver on the brakes? Nathan chucks it in there. The front of the car nosedives. He's onto the turf, kicking up all the grass. But relatively safe lap 1 by the look of it. I'm looking down the timing and I can't see that anyone's stopped. So let's hope this continues. Maybe the overcast weather's helping him out a bit. What do you reckon, mate?
Cooler temperatures on track this race around because of the overcast conditions. A lot more grip and hopefully a lot more safer racing too. But it doesn't look like it here. Let's make 3 wide.
Oh, good scrap going on there. The number 21, that's Nick McCarron down the inside. Oh, and that number 19 car is around.
Oh,
who was that? I'm trying to find it. 19, David Ayres went around there. I think he just got a little bit late on the brakes. He went into the Automech car. That was number 14, and that was Max Wright. And then I think he collected one of the Swift Cooper cars as well.
I don't think David Ayres was expecting Nick McCarron to go under him.
It seems like Steve Hefford, yeah, on the replay there. One of the Northern Lights cars as well got involved. That was a big hit. I didn't even realise that Max Wright had come back onto the track there. Actually, must have just as it tipped him round, he mustn't have been able to get it stopped. As we look back at Nathan Davis and Lorne Murray in the scrap, this is for 4th place. Luke Cooper's 3rd now as well, so he's getting into the chase for Peter Van Gool and Stelian Chepelevsky. Luke Cooper's actually done the fastest lap of the race last time round. And wow, on the brakes there, look at that. Jack McIntyre, he gained about 15 feet then when he was on the brakes. Around the outside of Lorne Murray, it's just like he's driving a completely different car, although he's disappeared.
He's blinked out then. Oh, there he is. He's hit the wall back there.
Yeah,
his engine's got a lot of smoke pouring out of it, so I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, not a clue there. He just disappeared off my screen. I didn't see him even come back, but look at the dive on the brakes there. Brilliant stuff. Stick with him. He disappears now. And then, oh, all of a sudden, yeah, he's in the wall. I wonder whether he had an issue with his PC, whether it was something disconnected and it's just black screened him and he's gone. It's the equivalent of a mechanical failure in real motorsport, we always say. So happens at the worst of times. There's 3 wide there. You've got Carl Jacquelet. Who's that in the middle? That's number 29. I'm trying to find out who that is. I can't find.
Yeah,
there you go, Alex Parsons.
Left side.
And down the inside is Anwar, down the inside. Oh, how did you get that stopped? Some brilliant stuff by Anwar Smith there. Takes his teammate Adam McNally as well, the famous Scotsman. And that was amazing stuff. Carl Jacquelet there just didn't know what to do, it seems. He's still holding his position on track now ahead of the other guys, but that was great stuff by the Youth Energy drivers.
A wise move by Carl Jacquelet to back out of that 3 wide, albeit a bit late, but no harm, no foul.
Oh, there's contact up ahead. I think that's Mikey Key around. It is. Mikey Key's going back down the order. He's in the middle of the track. He's got it stopped at least. Oh, no, don't turn it around there, Mikey. Just leave it where it is. One of the Immortal cars gets a little bit close.
Now I can back it up. This next car is just coming out of turn 1 now.
Yeah, he played it safe there. Nearly put it into traffic. Let's have another look back at what happened then. So he's alongside Nick McCarron. Nick's on the curb on the inside. Oh, yeah, it was Jack Ashton just washed out into him. It can always happen at turn 1 of these cars though. They're quite understeery little things through there at high-speed corners, so it happens to the best of us. Oh, and there's Alex Parsons around. He's clipped by one of the Swift Cooper cars and then one of the Northern Lights cars as well. That was Alex Cherney, and I think Jordan Giddings was involved in that as well. I think it was 26 and 23.
You just lost it then coming into the turn.
Alright, looks like there was contact actually. There was Anthony Mott was around there as well in the background. They must have made contact going in. As we look back at Lord Murray now, getting swamped by who's that? I'm just trying to find out who that is now. I'm just really struggling to see this. It's Ryan Walker up there, and then that's the number 36 car, Benjamin Mears, who's the highest placed AM driver. Nick McCarron is being opportunistic because Ryan Walker's going slow. Ryan Walker's going really slow as his teammates go past him.
Something definitely wrong with Ryan Walker. Whether he's stuck in gear or whatnot, but he's still slow, and cars screening past him as he's back up in 15th, now 16th.
He's back where he started now, and he's still going down the order. I don't know whether he's blowing the engine or something. Real shame to lose Ryan from that one then. He's oh, he's actually gone back up to 16th. So he's still battling on.
Disappeared for a second. There he is.
I think this was just back when he was further up the field. That was as he got ahead of Benjamin Mears. Oh, contact there between Nick McCarron and Ben Mears. He got a right fishtail on there. He's got a big slide on though. Go on, son, save it. Oh, that was a great bit of car control there. I mean, I know he's lost momentum, but fair play for keeping that point in the right way. That was great to watch.
Still a lot of time left to go in this race, so still in. I mean, now we're going to lose 10th place here to Jason Cooper.
Oh, look at Jamie Ayres on the brakes there. Those Momo boys must have been practicing coming into there. All a fantastic amount of ground to gain on the brakes. Doing that today.
Hey, all race we talk about those cones getting smashed once again. These cones going flying everywhere. Still a lot left to go in this race. Just past the halfway point is still on Benjamin Mears, and we have Jamie Ayres on the inside. Chucking him in there.
Oh, there's a car up on the outside there. Looks like someone's got a wobble on and pinned it into the wall. So just trying to see if I can find out who's going.
Davies.
So look at him go. Yeah, he's already
in
lost.
there, or he just loses it. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, he just tank slaps it the other way. Sorry, my timer screen frozen on the good old iPad, letting me down tonight. So I wasn't aware that was him at first. As we look now back at Nathan Davis further down the order, there's number 27. Oh, number 29 goes down the inside there. All getting a bit crossed up with those boys. That's Alex Parsons. I think that was Brian Holmes involved in that as well.
Three-way battle for the lead now. It's Stanley Cheplevsky, P. Van Gool, and Luke Cooper nose to tail. So, about 6 laps to go here. Up to turn 1, back on the straightaway here. And turn number 2, it's Not really making a move just yet. We're really close enough to make a move, but as the lap time showing on the screen here, we're really close. Got Ryan Walker setting the best lap here, 104, 3.39. Side by side here, Luke Cooper's still on the outside of Pete Van Gool there, and try to make it stick, and he does. Takes that second spot.
Great stuff there from Cooper. Really good to see. It's just tactical manoeuvres, isn't it? Really, you just got to sort of line it up into the next corner and make sure that you can get your rival exactly where you want them to be.
Especially in these cars where acceleration is not too terribly great. These cars, you just gotta set yourself up each corner. Figure out where you need to go to take out the cars here.
Lovely on board shot there as we chase down Stelian Chepelevsky.
That's why there he's using all the off-track surface there.
And they do have incident limits in this series as far as I know. There we go. Nice one, Marco. Oh, Marco just advised me that it's 20, for those that can't hear him. I thought you could all hear him, so there you go. Number 33 then, Stelian Chepelevsky leading the way ahead of Luke Cooper. Still chasing down. Trying to do this while Marco's laughing at me in the background. Right then, into Cops first time round. Let's see how Luke chucks it in. Nice and smooth on the inputs. You're really trying to control the car with the throttle around there, because you don't want it to understeer too much, but you want to try and bring the rear end around just a little bit to help it rotate.
Seen plenty of cars already in the first couple of races lose it coming into turn number one, whether it's by putting the power down too early or overcorrecting, or we see Adam McNally, famous Scotsman. A little bit of an excursion there.
Becoming the flying Scotsman. There's a lot of grass up there. Oh, that's Jamie Ayres around.
Ayres there.
Don't know what's happened here. Maybe they made contact on the way in and it's speared them both off while they're together. Yep.
Ooh. There you go.
Yeah, Jamie didn't mean to do that then. Oh, he gets caught by Lorne on the way in. Oh, he's
launched
lucky.
on two wheels there.
Oh, he's lucky not to get collected there.
Yeah. Not gonna be happy about that one.
No, it's a bit unfortunate for both of them there. I think it was just because of the racing in such close quarters. I mean, look at the gap these three have got on the rest of the field. Absolutely flying away with it.
Yeah,
It doesn't look like Cooper's made much progress to Chepelevsky though.
You know, these guys have 7 seconds over fourth place, which is Anwar Will Smith. Is these guys are swapping positions. So Anwar Will Smith is going back. He's
Churning up all the
He's
grass.
chucking it off.
Oh,
and another
that's-
car.
That's Graham, Rob Graham in the Automat car. He saved it somehow.
Ooh, car is darting past.
Oh, they're going to make contact. Oh, Rob only just avoids it. Oh, it's a
5 wide then.
domino effect there. That was the Newton's cradle effect, wasn't it? One of them got disconnected or disqualified, I think.
Another car off in the sand there.
That was a literal Newton's cradle with Mazda MX-5s there. One of them moved across and then it just knocked into all the others.
That was the biggest traffic jam I've ever seen. Back there with Stelian Chepelevsky with only 2 laps to go here. This guy's having no pressure from behind, so pursuit positions are already set in stone unless something happens.
Just great to watch these little things. They just dart around so much. They provide such good racing because the pace isn't too high. Because they're slower, you get a bit more time to make your moves and react to things. So it really helps bring the racing closer together. And every time I've commentated on them, they've just proved it time and time again to me. As Cooper puts his nose down the inside, he's actually made it stick. Cheppy gives him plenty of room there.
Can't make it stick just yet, though. He's not going to be able to complete the pass here as we're coming up to the white flag.
And just give it one more go as you get onto the last lap. Luke's going to just be keeping his distance a little bit. Cheplewski's defending the inside, he knows what he's got to do. Although, oh, Cooper blinking there, that's not going to fill him with confidence.
I was going to try to make a move on the inside there, but thought better of it as he didn't know where he was. Very close on the back bumper of Steven Cheplewski is Cooper as we just defends the inside there. Very risky maneuver.
Oh, big drift by Cheplewski. That's going to wash his momentum away, but it's Van Gool that's got the run. Cheplewski's going to come over and, yep, he's going to give him the draft. He's going to go back in front of Cooper, though. He's got to try and make his mind up here. Cooper's getting squeezed out.
Wide then.
Cooper's coming over. He's saying, oh, no, no, that's...
Here goes Luke Cooper. He's gone.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. We didn't see the beginning of that because of the bridge, but I think he was just making... I think he was just going to give Stelly a nudge just to say, look, I am still here. Give me a bit more room because you're pushing me off. And it just backfired. He got a wobble on trying to avoid him. Although he is still in third, actually, isn't he? My timing's frozen again, sorry.
Yes,
he is still in third.
It is going to be Pete Van Gool here taking the victory, as those two had collected each other. Goes around the outside back there in the last corner. Luke Cooper is still coming home in third.
We've got Jason Cooper in fourth as well. And then, so we've got 2 Momo cars, 2 Swift Cooper cars, and then 2 Youth Energy cars. So, nice little formation finish there. That's Jack Ashton and Ryan Walker getting a good result in 6th. Law Murray coming across the line in 7th. So it's, again, filled with nice little battles all throughout the race. A few incidents in that one, but it's to be expected when the field gets more and more mixed up over the course of a night. It does sort of inevitably happen, doesn't it?
Yes, and I saw that huge traffic change. Take a look at what's the leading up to. Take a chuck down the inside here.
He's braver than I am to do that down the inside there. That was a gutsy move, to say the least.
We're just coming up with the white flag here. Now we're going to get a shot on the back straightaway here as Luke Cooper is going to try to go on the left-hand side here. Off the track limits.
Yeah, I'd say, if anything, I mean, I don't like to point fingers, but I'd say that was on Stellian. Brilliant 360 from Luke Cooper, though. Fair play. But I think Stellian just came over to the left a little bit, just give him a nudge, and it upset the heavier end of the MX5, which is obviously the front. That's a Northern Lights GT Omega car in good condition there. I believe that was the number 77 of Thomas, so well done, Mr. McDonald. You've made it onto the stream, my son. But yeah, I think that move was mainly on Cheppy there, to be honest. He sort of bounced across. It was as if he was just denying him the room, but Luke Cooper didn't lose out too massively because of it, I suppose. So I know it may have lost him a win or a potential win, but still a podium's a good result. So hopefully it doesn't...
Yeah. Race results here. Pete Van Gool the winner. Stanley Cheplewski coming in 2nd place. Luke Cooper in 3rd after spitting out there. Recovering well. Jason Cooper in 4th. Jack Ashton 5th. Ryan Walker 6th. Lauren Murray 7th. Kate Cooper 8th. Benjamin Neus in 9th. And Nick McCarron ran at top 10. Adam McNally in 11th. Dan Hunt in 12th. Carl Jacqueline, Steve Hereford, Craig Cameron, Jamie Ayers, Jordan Giddings, Nathan Davies. And round up, coming to the bottom half of the field here, Brian J. Holmes in 19th, Craig Jones right up top 20. Anthony Mott, Peter Knowles, Alex Parsons, Mick Berry, Mike Key, after spinning out, coming back home in 25th. Max Wright and Roll Smith, who was running up in the top half of the field there, close to in the top 10, had a little bit of incident, fell back to 27th position. Scott Malcolm, Carl Hardy, Alex Cherney, and Thomas McDonald running out the cars on the lead lap. Retirements, Rob Graham, Thomas Nagibati, Chris Farish, Jack McIntyre, and David Ayers.
Interesting to see that Jack McIntyre retired from that one as well. He was the champion of the, I think it was the Summer Series, or was it the Spring Series? I'm not sure. I've been away from it that long that I can't actually remember. I'm sorry.
He was there in the first race, though.
Yeah, he was indeed. And because he was more than one lap down, he's not going to be involved in the reverse grid. If we get anything over 31 cars, it's going to be Thomas McDonald on pole. So not only did he make it onto that shot at the end there with very little of the car left, he may actually end up on pole there. So, Marco, if you could do us the honours, my son.
Yes, final time of the day for the wheel. It should be on your screens right now, so let's roll it.
That Italian accent, guys.
It's full -2. Full -2.
-2. Oof.
Okay, so that would put Carl Hardy on pole position, with Scott Malcolm second, Anwar Smith third, Max Wright fourth, and Mikey Key fifth. That means that Thomas McDonnell and Alex Cherney just missed out on the front row.
Exactly, and interesting to see during this final race of the day who is going to punt who. Because we've already seen quite a bit of incidents already, but last race of the day, one that counts. Interesting to see who is going to come out on top then.
Smashing stuff. Right then, so again, from myself, from Joe, and from Marco, we'll see you in about 10-15 minutes. Don't go away.
Remember us.
welcome back to Silverstone and the BSR MX5 Autumn Series. I'm Chaz Draycott alongside Joe Stelling and Marco Barbanera for the final race of the evening. The sun's back out-ish, there's a bit of cloud over the top, but we're looking forward to another little hectic and exciting race to end our evening. Joe, we saw a number of different guys winning the last few races, but there's another few quicker guys up the front of the latest reverse grid. So, is there anyone you've got your eye on?
Nobody really in particular. Like I said before, it's anybody's race now, and you still have a lot of action with respect to outbreaking and just downright aggressive driving here as we come to the last race.
Good stuff. So we've got Carl Hardy on pole, Scott Malcolm alongside him, 2 AM drivers on the front row. Then we've got 2 pro drivers on the second row. We've got Anwar Smith in third. I'd actually probably say he's my shout for this race. He's been quick all night. And then Max Wright, 4th on the grid as well. He actually got involved in that incident in race 3, so he'll be happy to be back up there. Mikey Key and Mick Barry are on the third row. They've both done quite well tonight in terms of having these reverse grid draws. Alex Parsons, who just had a massive accident in practice that you wouldn't have seen on the stream, but it brought a lot of entertainment to us, so thanks for that one, Alex. Peter Knowles was 8th with Anthony Mott. Those 2 cars with the 222 and number 22 on, you can't get them away from each other, but they're away because I've been nattering too long. And off goes Carl Hardy, gets a nice jump off the front row with Scott Malcolm. Anwar's going to try and go through the middle of him here. If he can pull that off into Cops, that's going to be a great manoeuvre and a great way to start his race. Carrying the momentum. He's a bit later on the brakes, but he's got the run now because he's on the outside, but it's going to put him on the outside for the next corner. Let's see what Kyle will do now to defend it. Fantastic amount of cars flying through the first 2 corners there. Oh, and that's Jamie Ayres off into the wall hard. That was a massive, massive hit. Peter Knowles is off as well. He's just gone flying down the order. There's another few cars off. Who's that going down the order? Craig Cameron, Peter Knowles and Jamie Ayres. 4 wide there down the straight. Nathan Davis on the outside of it. That's Max Wright, Brian Holmes, and the number 17 car, the pink car, that's Mick Barry. Be interesting to see.
Involved in that instant back there. He's in the pits.
Be interesting to see what happened to Jamie Ayres there. He got a really big hit. I don't know whether he just washed over into somebody or whether it was vice versa, but that was a massive hit. It's a solid concrete wall on that side as well, so it can't have done him or the car any good. As we're on board now, Nathan Davis chasing down the number 34 car of Scott Malcolm. Now we're on board with Nathan Davis in the past. And now we're on board with Jamie Ayres in the past. So he's coming through. Who's that on the left? That's one of the Simulta cars. Can't quite tell who it was. Oh yeah, yeah, that's a big hit. That iRacing's grass effects there, looking nice and pretty though.
Decorating on the grass then.
But yeah, big hit there for Jamie. It's a shame for him to end his evening like that after taking the race 3 victory. And Scott Malcolm, oh, down the inside of Nathan Davis, he's going all Drift King on it. Look at that for a save, brilliant stuff, and he still makes the place. Fantastic driving by Nathan Davis there. That's how it's done, boys. Keep an eye on that. As you can see, the Result clothing cars and the Momo cars making their way through the field. It's just a sea of red MX-5s. But Anwar Smith gaining a bit of time up front. His teammate Brian Holmes is in third, about to make the move on Carl Hardy. Brian Holmes actually did the fastest lap of the race last time around, a 1 minute 4.8. And he's up to second. It's a 1-2 for Youth Energy currently. See what Max Wright can do here about Scott Malcolm. Oh, he's hit him. That's what he can do about it. He can push him out of the way, and oh, into him goes one of the Result clothing cars. Who was that? That was Mikey Key, that one. Scott really unfortunate there. I don't know whether Max was just trying to brake late or he just didn't expect it, but that's really unfortunate for Scott there. He's near the front of the field, and now he's currently down in what looks like 29th place. Let's just have a look back at it.
Mikey Key.
Oh, you can see, yeah, you can see the contact. It all just checks up, and Mikey, oh, he gets hit himself actually.
He's trying to slow the instant there.
I think it might even have been one of his teammates that hit him as well, actually, just to add a little bit more insult to injury. Yeah, Dave Ayres is out of the race as well. He's disconnected from the session. As we see now, Nathan Davis attacking the very entertaining Alex Parsons as he takes a very scenic route at turn 1. Comes back on. He's still in 4th place there. He's chasing down Carl Hardy. They're the two top guys in AM at the moment. As down the inside goes Nathan Davis. Nice move on the brakes. He just makes it look very smooth, doesn't he, Nathan, when he's going around these corners and making moves?
Yeah, controlling the brakes and controlling the application of the throttle, but still side by side. As we come back down the back straightaway here and up to the hairpin.
Later on the brakes there. Oh, there's contact then, and with Hefford as well. I don't think Alex could quite get it stopped and keep it on a tight line there for Nathan. Steve was just unfortunately at the wrong place, wrong time, couldn't react quickly enough there.
And some slight damage on Steve Harriman's car as he ran right in the back of Nate Davies there.
And we look at Anthony Mott, running my favourite number, number 22. Max right there in the number 9 car. Side by side in turn 1, although there is no overlap it seems. Anthony's going to try and get a cutback, I imagine. It seems that he's done just that actually. There's a Immortal car there trying to make good work of this. That's Dan Hunt, our race 2 winner. Dan just slithering his way in there. There's a Northern Lights car behind that as well. That's the number 20 car of Jordan Giddings. Not seeing much of Jordan tonight. But he's got really good momentum down the outside of Anthony there, so he's going to hopefully pick up a little bit of slipstream, but Dan's actually tucked in front. Adam McNally is in the hunt behind them as well.
Yeah, Anthony Mott in that previous corner had to check up a little bit as he started to slide up the car up on the left-hand side there, and to keep him off. To the hairpin to complete lap number 5.
Brian Holmes is absolutely flying, by the way. He did the fastest lap of the race last time round, a 1:4.5, and his teammate Anwar Smith did a 1:5.4. This time round, though, they've done 1:5.2 and 1:5.1s. Obviously, as you can see, they're not going to be going much quicker or slower than each other with how close together they are. But they're just controlling the pace at the moment. Oh, that's Jordan Giddings off. In the background, I've just seen him go skating down the timing screen. Not sure whether he's done that himself or whether he's even hit the wall. I think he might have kept it out, although that's a damaged looking car, that is. Look too healthy. Here we go, let's have a look.
Yeah, down turn number 1 here, and
so Max Wright is there. Is he going to hit the turf? Yep.
Yeah, just loses off the curb then.
That's going in the wall. Yeah, there she blows. Really unfortunate for Jordan, but it's easily done even by the best of us.
We look at the times today we've seen drivers lose off turn 1. There's another victim there.
It's like we were saying earlier on, they're quite softly set up, isn't it, aren't they? So it's quite easy to unsettle them, like you were saying about the application of the throttle, making sure that you keep the car under control. But Steve Hefford's just moved up to 3rd place ahead of Carl Hardy. He's going to be trying to chase these boys down now, but it's a great effort by Steve so far. He's got 13 places. And race leader Brian Holmes is actually a fantastic effort by all these boys. Just having a look at who the biggest mover is so far. It's Jack McIntyre. As down the order goes Jack Ashton and Luke Cooper. Not quite sure what's happened to them, whether we'll be able to see on a replay, but they've just gone flying down the order. Maybe they came together at turn 1, or I'm not sure how far they were up before they came off. And there is Luke Cooper in the wall. So hopefully we'll have a nice little spin to bring it back round.
Here we go.
Through turn 1. Is Jack going to lose it and then collect him?
Yep.
Hate to say I told you so, but yeah. Luke nearly put him the right way. They were fortunate not to get taken out by anyone else there as well, actually, because they were right in the middle of the straight. But it's that turf on the outside of turn 1 with these things being rear-wheel drive. You just have to dip one wheel into it, and it can soon unsettle the car if you're putting enough lock on.
This car is trying to carry so much speed off of the front straightaway into the corner. And those drivers coming off the track limits there. Very easy to lose it. So we're now on board with Anwar Smith. And 2 teammates here just running nose to tail. Trying to gap 3rd place here. Got about a 3-second gap between themselves and the next pack behind, so doing very well there as we have another car stop off turn one straightaway. So that is Thomas McDonald.
Nice to see the little hashtag on the inside of Anwar Smith's cockpit there, the warning eye biters. Oh, big slide there. Who was that? Dan Hunt, was it? Yeah, 07 car, Dan Hunt. Absolutely getting it all crossed up on the exit, but he manages to save it. Behind them, there's Max Wright side by side with Alex Parsons. Good little scrap all the way through. This is quite a long train of cars, actually. Trying to see if anyone loses it over the grass there, waiting for him to come shooting across the screen, but no one falls victim to the turf that time around. As Dan is all over the back of Nathan Davis and Steve Hefford now. We get a little bit of a bounce. There's a little bump on the inside of that corner that can really unsettle the car. And some guys are clipping it with no care in the world, and other guys are trying to avoid it. Dan Hunt now side by side with Nathan Davis. Seems like he's got the run on this one though, Joe.
We got Lauren Murray very slow in the hairpin. Oh, nope, he's just come back on the graphic on the front straight right here, so coming in the pits now.
Dan Hunt's got the move done on Nathan Davis as we look back at him now onto the straight. Or the not straight as I call it quite a bit, because it's not straight for most of it. Very famous, the old straight at Silverstone. Obviously iRacing hasn't completed the scan of the new one yet. I believe it may be coming in the future, but we'll have to see. I know there's a lot of fans out there for the older Silverstone layout, especially this national layout though. I'm a really big fan of this one. Shorter circuits tend to suit the MX5 well. You can hear Steve Hefford's car.
Yeah.
Oh, Dan's got a great slingshot out of there. Look at that, brilliant stuff.
Let's see if we can maybe he gets alongside him here. Be able to complete the pass coming into the hairpin.
He might try and get. I was going to say he might try and get a cutback actually. What do you reckon?
We'll see here in a second. Very hard to tell as Steve Hefford very late on the brakes coming into the first corner there of the hairpin section.
Oh,
Stays out
big
front
slide.
now. Yeah, it's almost 4 laps to go here at the line.
And it's still the Youth Energy boys controlling it out front. Still Brian Holmes from Anwar Smith. As we look at the battle for third between Steve Hefford, Dan Hunt and Nathan Davis. Steve getting it a little bit out of shape there.
Almost gets right up on Steve Hefford's back bumper. Dan Hunt did. So he's coming off that corner. Very close. He's going to have the preferred line there.
Dan's just clipping that bump.
Maybe not. Still side by side. Great battle here.
Yeah, these boys have. These are veterans of the BSR leagues. These guys have seen them a lot in the BSR TC over the last few years, and both very well controlled racers. They know what they're doing, and in a car like this, they're not going to feel too far from home, I suppose. Dan just very technical in his driving. He's very strategic. He's quite a cunning racer. And Steve's just got the pace and the experience to defend really, really well. So it's a really good matchup, if you ask me. It's great to see them fighting together on track after all these years of, well, just constantly battling, I suppose.
Make a run with experience in these cars. You need every bit of it. As now we're coming off turn number 1. Dan Hunt going very wide off on the grass and off the white line track limits there as come into the turns 2 and 3. Very late on the brakes there, trying to make up some ground. It's got a great run. Both of them going off the track limits there.
Off into another postcode there. I think the others
Back's
trying to
over
get
here.
the slipstream. The others are trying to get the slipstream by going off the track with him as well. Nathan Davis there, guilty of that. Nearly contact there with Steve Hefford.
Almost a repeat of last lap of last race. They'll keep it together though.
Nathan Davis gains quite a bit of ground in that section there though, but he's not got the slingshot. That just shows you there, that shot really just gives you proof of how important a slingshot out of corners like that is. You can take 2 lines around a corner, but one of them is always going to prevail in terms of getting a better run on the exit.
Speaking of runs, Dan Hunt's got a great run coming in turn 1 here, side by side. preferred line though, but see if he can make it stick. As
That's
yeah,
close.
back out of it as we got a car exiting the pits there. Not really an issue right now. Still side by side coming into turns 2 and 3. And just on the inside here is 15 Nathan Davies trying to get in the mix now. Trying to make it 3 wide here.
Maybe even 4. Go on, boys, make it 4 wide. Come on.
Down. Couldn't put it past him here. 3 wide here. 4 wide.
It is 4 wide. Nathan Davies
Oh,
going for it down the inside of Steve Hefford, and he's going to do it. He's going to do it, is he? The lad's going to do it. Oh, Steve's on the dirt.
On the side, cones everywhere.
Oh, contact with Dan
Nathan
Hunt.
Davies has
Nathan,
lost it.
he's straightened him up.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, that was unfortunate. That for Nathan Davies. You've got to give him credit for the ballsy manoeuvre down the inside there. It's just behind. Look at that lot. Alex Parsons, Jason Cooper, Adam McNally, Stelian Chepelevsky, who's also put in another amazing race and gained 17 places. But Jack McIntyre's gained 30. Just seen that on my timing screen. Jack McIntyre, 4th place, gained 30 places in this one. That is why he's a previous champion in these shorter MX5 series. What a guy. That's a hell of an effort, that. Now 31 places, he's up to 3rd.
And a hell of a drive from Jack McIntyre. It's definitely has not been a tame race, this race, but these 2 drivers here on the screen are pretty easy going already. 2 teammates just trying to bring it home. Pretty easy one too.
Yeah, it's good to see Anwar up there, and Brian as well. These 2 are always really quick. The Youth Energy team are always quite consistent, to be fair. They just seem to get caught up in accidents every now and then. I know Adam McNally's going to be very happy with these boys if they can bring it home, so great to see. Always good. I'm slightly biased because they are good friends of mine, these lot, but that's how it is. Anwar Smith takes the win. Brian Holmes 2nd. Great 1-2 for them. Steve Hefford 3rd. Jack McIntyre 4th. Dan Hunt only just 5th. 500ths of a second between them. Nathan Davis still brings it home in 6th. Carl Hardy is 7th. And Adam McNally, just mentioned him a moment ago, is in 8th. Alex Parsons 9th. And Stelian Chepelevsky gains 18 places to round out the top 10. As we see Kip Stevens coming across the line. Oh, Peter Van Gool and
Winner of race 3. Very slow coming across the line. He's going to eke out 23rd place there.
speaking of 23, there's car 23, Ben Mears, with the wheels not quite pointing the right way, I don't think.
His hood there.
You're going to have a fun time turning left for this hairpin.
See the wheel input there is a wheel almost upside down.
Oh, he's nearly upside down. Oh. I don't know whether the boys behind him have just sort of slowed down to let him go or something, but no one's gone past him yet.
Yeah, they'd probably be past to get out and push. Yes, so much the toe is not down. It's going straight. Those wheels turned almost over 90 degrees to the left.
Fair play to Benjamin there. That right there, that Mazda is the proof of never give up. I'm sure he's just going to park it and he's just sick of the thing and he's going to get out of it. Yep, there you go. As we see the race winner peeling into the pits then to park up, get the champagne out. And then, like I said, I'm sure Adam McNally, their team manager, will be very, very happy with that one.
Without a
Great
doubt.
stuff. Oh, someone rolls it coming into the pit lane there. They get points for flamboyancy from that.
Race results here. And Laura Burrell Smith, the winner. Brian J. Phone's teammate in 2nd. So those guys be definitely happy with that performance today. Steve Hereford in 3rd. Jack McIntyre making up 30 positions to finish 4th. Dan Hunt in 5th. Nathan Davies rallying back to finish 6th. Carl Hardy first in AM class in 7th. Adam McNally in 8th. Alex Parsons 9th. Stelian Chepelevsky rounding up top 10. Max Wright, Alex Journey, Anthony Mott, Ryan Walker, Rob Graham round up top 15. Craig Cameron, Jason Cooper, Kip Cooper rounding up the top half of the finishing order. Carl Jacquelet, Lauren Murray, Jordan Giddings, Scott Malcolm, Pete Van Gool slowly come across the line in 23rd, and Thomas McDonald and Benjamin Mias rounding out the lead lap cars. Chris Farish, Nick Berry, Nick McCarron, Craig Jones, Luke Cooper, Jack Ashton, Mikey Key, David Ayers, Peter Knowles, and Jamie Harris having that second lap incident, finishing in last place.
Well, it was a good mix of exciting races, a lot of action-packed stuff, a lot of overtaking, good few incidents, but that's the flamboyance that you get with the MX5 series. Got a couple of guys waiting for an interview, it seems. We'll bring in, we have a Mr. Ryan Walker, our fellow Apex commentator. We'll bring him in and have a word. And Ryan joins us in the booth now. Ryan, how do you feel like your evening went, sir?
Yeah, it went very well. I've done a lot better than I expected to do. I was checking the point standings before the last race this evening and seen that I was sitting in second place overall in the standings. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I'm not sure where I will be in the championship after tonight, but yeah, just happy to be sitting in the top 10 after tonight. So yeah, good start to the season.
Brilliant stuff. Well, like I say, I mean, I saw your return to the iRacing service when you joined us at Indy, and that seemed to go quite well. So looks like you're just improving from there. So you've got a lot to be happy about with that. I'm not 100% sure where the next race meeting is. Do you know? Because I've been trying to look, but I can't find it for the life of me. I know it's the most
I
unprofessional thing.
believe it is the Sonoma, the lawn layout. So that should be
Right.
good. Should be
Yeah.
good fun.
Is it a track you enjoy driving?
I've never done any racing in it in the Mazda. I've done some races in it in the Skip Barber, and it's a fun little track. So
Yeah.
it should be good fun in the Mazda, and it should be great racing as always.
Yeah, it's quite a tight and twisty circuit, so it may suit the Mazda's capability, but you've got to think about those oscillations as well. They might upset the car maybe. So if you're confident going there, then we'll have to just see how you get on. Is there anyone you want to give a quick shout out to tonight, mate?
Just a quick shout out and thanks to the Youth Energy guys as always for helping me out in the Mazda and just helping out with advice and what to do and just helping me improve in the Mazda to get where I am now. So yeah, hopefully tonight was a good way to repay them.
Cracking stuff. Well, we shall see you next week, Ryan. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks, Jazz.
And we'll now bring in the other guy who we have waiting for an interview right now, and that is Benjamin Mears. He's here, so Joe, take it away, son.
Well, Benjamin, great to have you with us.
Hello.
Kind of a not so tame 4 races here at Silverstone National. How were you able to get through it today?
Yeah, it's tough racing here. You need to be able to be on point on this track and not screw up when we go 3 wide and stuff. But it was fun. I like this track a lot. And actually, I finished 4 races. Although I finished the last one with a wheel in the middle of my car, I still finished. So
It doesn't matter how you finish. It's if you finish, really. There's a lot of cars retired in this race, including most notably JBRs. How'd you feel with the amount of aggressive driving that was going on out there with the outbreak maneuvers and cars going off turn 1 and such that?
yeah, I didn't catch all that. Probably some guys took advantage of it, like most of the times. But whatever. I mean, it's the first race of the new season, which will always be kind of tricky. I saw that firsthand. I saw some crashes, had to avoid, got caught up in them. Well, I managed to survive all races, but still, it's been a wild ride. But I'm battling for first in the year championship, so in the amateur. So yeah, I'll try to do that. Just need to finish.
Anyone you'd like specifically to give a shout out to?
For sure, Autumn McNockhill, all my teammates, Rob Graham, Max Wright, Lauren Murray, Scott Malcolm, Roy Vervake. Shout out to you boys.
Yeah, thank you very much, Benjamin.
No problem. Thanks for the lovely stream, guys.
Oh,
No
as
worries,
always.
mate. Nice one.
See you at the end of the season when I take the M title home.
There you go.
We'll have our fingers crossed for you, mate. Nice one.
Yeah, bye.
Good luck from
See you.
Sonoma.
Benjamin Mears there, always enthusiastic about his racing. He always enjoys what he does. Like says, finishing 4 races, it doesn't sound like a massive feat, but when you've got as many cars as you have in this series and filled with drivers that are as feisty as these lot, it's not as easy as it sounds. You reckon, Joe?
We came in this race knowing that we have a massive traffic jam on our hands, and we did. And as a result of that, many incident, but also many of us surprised too, as some unexpected drivers have come up through the race. A lot of positions gained by some of them. We saw Jack McIntyre there. Jamie Ayres trying to come back up. Also, some Dan Hunt taking the victory as well. So unexpected. Expect the unexpected here, and we got that.
Certainly did. It's always good to see a nice spread of drivers getting different wins over the course of an evening as well. So makes for a very mixed championship. We will be seeing you next week, where, providing that Ryan Walker's advice is correct, we will be at Sonoma. If not, then we'll see you when we see you. So from myself, from Joe, and from Marco, thanks very much for watching the BSR MX5 Autumn Series on Apex Racing TV, and we'll see you next week.